like 20 viewers, which is which is great.
That's all we need. That's all we
I
need.
mean, the fishing video got 175 so far.
Damn. All right.
Wow,
So,
big
I
big
mean,
numbers.
well, it's a huge decrease going from a fishing video to a picture, just a video of two people and their heads talking about a movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. So we watched The Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou. Is that how they said it? Zissou?
That is Zissou, I think.
The Life
Yes.
Aquatic of Steve Zissou. It's a Wes Anderson movie from 2004. Apparently his fourth feature length film. I don't think I've seen any of the ones before it, except I think the Royal Tenenbaums was before it, which I have
It
seen
was.
before,
I
and
have
I thought
never
it was
seen a
pretty
Wes
interesting.
never seen a Wes Anderson movie in my life.
And
Well, I thought it was really interesting, very different. One thing before we get into like the full, I just want to. It's starring Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Willem Dafoe, uh, Angelica Houston. I might have said that wrong. Jeff Goldblum, um,
Kate Blanchett.
and Robin Cohen, the legend. Uh, Jeff Goldblum. Other only other thing I wanted to mention were the ratings.
Yeah, how is it
IMDb
rated? I didn't actually look at that.
IMDb rates it 7.2 out of 10,
Okay,
and Rotten Tomatoes rates it a 57%.
57.
So, and Metacritic is 62%.
Interesting. Not
That being said, Google 85% of Google users liked this movie.
interesting. I wonder why.
Hmm.
I'd be interested to read.
Like some reviews.
Yeah, like why?
I would too.
Because I know some of his other movies are very, very popular and highly rated. This is one
Yeah,
I don't think I actually heard of before, but I heard. I
me
mean,
neither. Well,
I have seen like pictures of it with like the red cap.
mm-hmm.
Like I recognize that, and I've definitely seen Bill Murray in that outfit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that is something that
100%.
I was totally familiar with. But like that whole cast that you mentioned, they Wes Anderson movies usually have a pretty star-studded cast.
I was gonna say I like I said I've never seen a Wes Anderson. This is my first Wes Anderson movie, and that is one thing I know about him is usually they're pretty star-studded. Um, right off the bat when because I think we were talking about picking a movie, we got to Wes Anderson, and you were like, I told you I'd never seen one, and you were like, oh, just kind of pick a movie. I picked this movie out of like pure randomness. I was like, that looks interesting. Let's go with that. I wrote this down when we were watching the movie because I didn't realize when it started. I thought it was fully like a submarine movie. Like I thought the entire movie was taking place in a submarine, and then it like you don't see a submarine for like an hour and a half into the movie. I was like, oh whoa,
Yeah,
what's going on?
it wasn't until like the end of the movie.
Where's this submarine? Where'd it come from? So that really threw me for a loop when it first started. But what were your thoughts on it overall?
So I have seen other Wes Anderson movies. I've seen Moonrise Kingdom, Royal Tenenbaums, Isle of Dogs, and Asteroid City, which I liked all of them. Isle of Dogs, I don't really remember. Moonrise Kingdom, one of my favorite movies. My dad showed me it a long time ago,
Hmm.
and I've watched it a couple times again since. Really good. We should probably watch that.
That
And
can be on the list, yeah.
Royal Tenenbaums, I liked on Letterboxd. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Don't remember that much of it.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I imagine I think we were smoking. So,
Okay. So not much memory of it.
but that one had like Ben Stiller and stuff, which was pretty. It was another
Okay. And
star-studded
I
cast.
like Ben Stiller.
Um, but this movie was just, I really liked it. I thought it was. I mean, compared to his other movies, it is his style. It is a Wes Anderson movie.
That's what I figured.
He's got the really cool camera movements
Mm-hmm.
and the different shots. And
Yep.
there were a couple specific ones that I really liked. Um, the when Ned, Owen Wilson's
Yep.
character, and
Yeah.
Steve, Bill Murray's character, are arguing on the boat, and they're like
Yes.
walking
Yep.
along it
Mm-hmm.
and going up and down, and it's like a cutout of the boat.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, that's such a cool set that they're like
That
walking through.
because they use that earlier on in the movie too to explain all the parts of the ship.
Yeah.
And I specifically wrote, I was like, that's a really cool set. It's almost I put like a stage ship, like it's as if like you're watching a 2-dimensional, like you're in a theater watching a play about a ship, and they built the cutout. I was like, that's such a cool way of kind of like showing us each part. And then when they reused it there, I was like, whoa, that was really it was impressive.
That is one thing about his movies is they're kind of like all, or maybe not all, but a lot of them are like, it's like you're watching a play.
Yeah, I could see that from this. I could
And
see that from
the
this
way
movie.
that they film it and stuff, especially like Asteroid City is kind of like literally like is one, which like if
Yeah.
you watch the movie you would like it's explained through the movie, but it's just really cool part of his style how everything's like actual sets and stuff.
Yeah. I
And
also really I really liked speaking of sets, which it's not really technically a set, but he uses practical sets with stuff like the submarine and things like that. And then has all of the underwater stuff almost like claymation. Like every single fish you see in that movie is like a CGI maybe, but it looks more like it's like animation. And I was like, this it made underwater feel like this other world in a way that I mean I think the
yeah,
movie was really trying to do. And
that was something that I wrote down was everything underwater was it was like a fantasy. It
yep,
was so
I was like,
like it
it's so
wasn't
cool.
like very intentionally not realistic,
Yep, I
and
loved it.
it was really cool how everything underwater just like starting with that like little seahorse at the beginning, and then like
The first thing,
everything after.
first note I took on this movie: the claymation fish are sick because I saw that seahorse. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's like that was one of the parts that I really liked about it, and you kind of get that. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just pretty unique, and it just it stands out compared to like the rest of it, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
a real movie. It's like it's not animated, and then it's just like
Yep,
when they go underwater, all of a sudden it's like
it's
stop
yeah,
motion and like really cool looking.
yeah. Uh, Excuse me. It was something interesting. Having never seen a Wes Anderson movie that maybe you will know better, but the dialogue was so at the beginning it threw me off. It was so weird. Very like short, like cut, like choppy. It
Yeah,
felt
a
like
lot of
eh,
his stuff is almost like you said, like kind of choppy.
like it starts out and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, what?" Like a scene like it went from one scene right to the next and I was like, I'm not really following." And then
Mhm.
over the course of the movie it felt like it I wrote it either got longer or I'm getting used to how quickly he's like cutting between scenes because I then started getting it. I was like, that makes sense.
It
I
is
mean,
like fast paced, I guess. Like it doesn't drag any of his
yeah,
movies. His movies like it includes what it needs to include,
yeah.
and I think
I
that's
think
something that's done very well with it.
I think with this one though, I mean I don't know. I'm going all. This is me going into like the like higher like reading into the movie, but I feel like it was purposeful in this movie. Like it felt like the beginning was and again I don't know because like you kind of almost start to get used to how choppy and like short it is, but it feels like at the beginning it was extremely choppy and short based on the way Steve Bill Murray's character is kind of like this like are we getting into spoilers for this review or are we kind of
Nah, not too much, but you know.
so like his how he is as a character at the beginning of the movie is very like just like face value type. Like he's not really that deep of a person.
Yeah, yeah,
And
he's pretty
then
flat.
yeah, over the course of the movie, the he's kind of learning to be like more of a human being, and I feel like that's kind of like the conversation lengths as he slowly figures that out start to get drawn out. Even the scene lengths too. Like the first couple scenes of the movie is like cut, 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 cut. And then you start to see by the end of the movie, you're seeing just kind of almost like one takes of this beauty
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
really thought
I
was
didn't even notice that it did get like longer takes.
yeah.
It was like
Scenes got longer, and he himself like he was more in the movie. He was more like there in the movie.
yeah,
While as at the beginning, he's very much almost as out of it as we are.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was there were a lot of like little things, and I think Wes Anderson is a director that does this stuff intentionally, very
Oh yeah,
intentionally.
100%.
One other thing that I
I
really
can see
liked,
that.
one, the Zissou Adidas. I want those.
Yep. I actually I should have when I looked up the cast. I should have looked up. Here, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah,
Can we get
I
some
gotta know if I could get some Zissou Adidas because those were sick. Those are the shoes I would
Z?
wear.
Uh, so I found one on the Society of Crossed Keys. If you would like to pick it up for £650.
Yeah, that's
It's
yeah, that's a little expensive.
yeah. They do look cool though. They look cool.
I'll look into it. I'll look into
Okay.
it.
Maybe if this starts to take off, you can
Yeah, yeah,
buy a pair of
exactly.
those.
And
That's where you're shooting for now.
yeah, and there were like two other things. One, I love the matching fits that they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just such a vibe. The red cap and like the blue uniform, the
There's
pajamas.
something there's something that goes so incredibly hard about just people wearing full matching fits
Yeah,
that
I
are
think we gotta
colorful. They got to
start.
be
I
colorful.
think we gotta start doing that more often.
100%. They also the style and the costumes reminded me heavily of one of my favorite movies, Glass Onion. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
They are on my those
That's on your
movies. Those
list.
movies are on my list.
Okay, I we should do a review of those. They're the two both movies, and there's a third one coming out in December.
It's Knives Out
Are some
first, right?
Knives Out, Glass Onion, and then the next one is Wake Up Dead Man, I think. Amazing movies. Daniel Craig's character in that movie, in those movies, have some of the most fire. Like he has a bathing suit for Glass Onion, where it's a shirt like this, like a Hawaiian shirt, and like short shorts that are the matching. They're the same exact pattern, and it's like blue and white stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And he tucks in the shirt at all times, and he goes swimming like that. And I'm like, that goes hard. That's
Yeah, that's fire.
it's too nice of a fit.
It's all in the outfits.
It is 100%. If a movie has bad outfits, I'm gonna rate it a 0 as we do these.
Yeah,
Like outfits bad, done.
yeah. And then I had one last thing. I don't want to drag it out too long here,
Yeah.
unless you have more too. But
I have one last thing.
I love the David Bowie music.
Oh yeah,
There's a
100%. It
whole
was
bunch of it, and especially
a
when
whole bunch of it in
that
there.
character Pele,
Pele, yep.
yeah, when he was singing it in like Portuguese and stuff, like, that was like
Portuguese. He does it in French at one point.
yeah,
It was very nice. I liked it.
I love the David Bowie. What you got here?
The only other thing I had to say is I wrote like the cast, and I mean it's just kind of it's expected from these high level actors. They're shooting on all cylinders here. Like there is not a actor in this movie that I'm like, whoa, you're phoning it in for this movie. They're going so hard, and they're trying so hard, and it is working so well. Like Bill Murray's character, especially at the beginning, like I do not like you. Like I don't like the guy, and I love Bill Murray, and the way he acts makes me not like him. Willem Dafoe doesn't have a huge part in this movie, but like every
He
time
gets
he's on screen,
he gets more involved later, definitely.
he does. As the course of the movie goes, he gets more involved, and like every time I see him, I'm like, this is awesome. Like you're great.
Yeah, I think that
And
kind of goes with the Wes Anderson thing. It's like once
yeah,
if you're in one of his movies,
no, you can't. Yeah,
you're not messing around.
and I mean, obviously the god Jeff Goldblum, he
Yeah, he was
killed
awesome.
it like always. He's always great though. I mean, there's not
He was
much
great.
you can, you know. So should we rate it? What are we rating this thing?
Yeah.
What are you rating it? What are you
So
saying?
you said we got to give it out of five
I
sharks,
think 5 golden sharks
five golden
or
sharks.
5 yellow submarines.
Yeah,
Not really.
I'll give it submarines.
Okay, I
Um,
like submarines.
I
Some Beatles reference.
I'm gonna give it a 3.9, 3.9
Okay. Okay.
out of five
I mean,
submarines.
I put a 4. I didn't know how in depth we were getting with like the like
Well,
percent like points.
my thought is just like letterbox. It gives you a blank point blank out of five.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm used to.
Okay. Yeah.
So three nine out of four.
3.9 is good. I put 4 golden submarine or yellow submarines out of 5. I thought it was a great movie overall.
I really enjoyed it,
It
and
kind of hooked me at the beginning, and then I never really it didn't lose me at all.
yeah, no, I was like locked in the whole time.
Yep.
I
Yep. And I no, go ahead.
I mean, we were sitting in that Discord chat like silent most of the time, just sitting there
We were silent
watching.
most of the time, and I mean, we were watching while people were showing up, and even though people were like showing up to try and like talk to us, like
Briefly talk to
we were
them and
muting
just briefly talk to
briefly
them.
mute, and then right back to it.
Yeah,
Um, which I think with that choppy kind of dialogue, you can very easily just like get people to be like, no, I'm lost.
Mhm.
See ya.
Yeah.
So it's impressive that
Yeah.
they keep you entertained the whole time.
Will you be watching another Wes Anderson movie?
100%. I think this made me interested in Wes Anderson. It makes I want to go because I think we should throw another one in there. Maybe not the next one being Wes Anderson, but definitely should take a
Yeah.
look at some more of his stuff.
I guess we'll see what we watch next.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
we'll see.
so a 3.9 and a 4.
3.9 and a 4, averaged out to be 3.95.
Pretty good. Pretty good
Pretty
first
good.
film.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing else.
No, I'm good.
Sweet.
I threw my paper already.
I didn't
All
throw
right.
it. I'm like
Oh,
next.
well, I didn't either, so wait. All right, wait. The this thing here, ready? This thing here.
Go for it.
That was fairly close.
I
Ooh.
didn't get it either.
It was, yeah. All right,
All right.
cool.
Well,
We'll get him eventually.
Until the next one.
Until the next one.